Hello, greetings. Have a wonderful day ahead. And just let's start. Why I'm doing this? This is your first session from the series of Equip Your Viva Defense with Dr. Naima. Yes, I am Dr. Naima, and I do have a PhD in Business and Technology Management. So I do have also a professional track record of having industry, academic experience, having different publications, published book chapters, worked on different industry projects as well. So why I am doing this? The purpose behind when I was a PhD student, PhD candidate, and was going to defend my Viva was facing a lot of troubles and there was no right guideline. So stay with me and stay connected for till end of the session. If you want to be successful, if you want to be qualified. So this would be a complete guideline, and this is first lecture from the series that will guide you how you can prepare yourself for your Viva defense. Okay, Tantana, let's start from the first slide. Okay, it's not moving yet. Yes, now it will be. Preparation overview. Okay, key steps that you require to prepare your Viva. First one is understand your research thoroughly and know your thesis inside out, means each and everything from your thesis, what is inside your thesis and what is outside of your thesis, means what is going on in the industry, going on in the practicalities, what is all of the things related to the variables, related to the measurements and other things that you find sometimes having a problem while preparing your thesis. All things you need to be very prepared. What is going on in the industry? What are the facts and figures, numbers? I will explain it more in the slide. Anticipate the questions, okay? Practice your presentation, know the exam format, and review key literature. So understand your research thoroughly. Should have understanding about your research thoroughly means you should have a grip on the knowledge. Whatever the knowledge you perceive that you should have related to the industry. Let's suppose there are many things that you can prepare while you are going through your thesis. And all things should not be part of your slides, but main points should be there. So the things that you have knowledge about the industry, facts and figures of the industry, you should know the next 5 years, 10 years or 20 years demand of that industry, the growing trend, the charts, the numbers, the published report. You should consider whatever the published report in that areas, whatever the published studies of that areas, whatever the problems someone is facing while the people are in that industry. So you should have the knowledge of that things. Rest, yeah, should have knowledge of the background related to the variables, related to the study, means to say you should have the knowledge of that background that related to the variables. Let's suppose you are conducting your research on psychology, you are conducting your research on behaviors, organizational behaviors. Let's suppose the variable you consider organizational behavior, you should know how people behave in the organization, how employees behave in the organization, and what kind of behaviors they do have, what kind of variables, what kind of previous studies have been conducted in that areas. And yes, related to the industry, yes, you know the background, why you are going to do that study. So while you are writing the background of your thesis, even you are very careful about the points that are needed over there. Let's suppose you can start with your dependent variable, or you can even start with your industry facts figures. You have to present the details related to that perks, related to that points, related to the numbers, facts, figures, charts, industry demands, previously published, latest 5-year published reports, or if there are some forecasting related to that area, you also can consider to place in your work. Okay, so the next part is problem statement. Yes, related to problem statement, either you do have problem statement for 2 pages, 2.5 pages, regardless, you need to make the slides for 2 slides or maximum 3 slides. For that slides, make the slides very beautifully. For that slides, you have to place the facts, figures, highlight the need from industry, from literature, from theory. All 3 parts should be very valuable to cover here. Still, because I really love research, and whenever I'm talking about the research, I find myself falling to that state, and just I do have a lot of knowledge. I just want to share many things. That's why this is one of the point that I also bring whatever you are doing, and how you need to draft your problem statement. It's okay, fine. Related to the variable, you should know your variables, behavior of your variables, nature of the variable. Either the variable are quantitative, qualitative, and according to the variables, the selection of the variable you choose. You have to select your methodology according to that, because the demand of the variables would be there. According to the nature of the variable, you are going to conduct all of your research methodology, all of your scales, all of your what I'm going to say, all of the data collection techniques, all of the population. Let's suppose you are going to measure the performance. Which kind of performance? Organizational performance. So related to organizational performance, what kind of tools you have to use? Let's suppose you are going to conduct research on employee creativity. So related to employee creativity, you need what kind of things? What kind of, let's suppose, environment, and how you can measure the creativity? Either you are going to evaluate the creativity, or either you are going to check either these employees are creative or not. So for the purpose to check employees creative or employees are not creative, have to understand how we are going to select our methodology, our terms, uh, for the rest of our thesis, and market need. What is the need of the market that the study you are conducting for, that you are going to work for the thesis? And one most important thing, your thesis, your area should be the one area that is very interested for you, because you are going to work for that area for 10 years, 15 years. Oh no, no, sorry, that is another part. Because on the basis of that area, you are going to build the foundations, and for the thesis, you are going to work for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So it should be very precise for the purpose to even conduct the research and selecting the area for you. This part is this condition is applicable when you are at the starting stage of your research. But the beauty of research is like research. Once you are in the process of research, search means, and again you are at a point research. So means revision, going ahead, going back. So finding. that is. And the next part is strong grip on knowledge. You should have strong grip related to the knowledge. This is the point that I already discussed a few of the things in the previous slides. Yes, explore industry. How you can explore the industry? Yes, you can explore the industry while Google and find the previous literature. Yes, you can also conduct preliminary survey to conduct industry trends, and then what kind of industry, either the future of this industry is good. Yes, let's suppose if you are going to conduct research on construction industry, yes, the wonderful field is there because um, market is growing, and international markets are also going for the purpose to establish new projects. So you can check the trend of that country, because every country is not at the same moment. Every country would not be focusing the construction sector's demands, or maybe they are not provide appropriate funding. So you need to figure out which country is very active in providing this research. Let's suppose if you are going to conduct your study on IT, so you have to find out which country is very active, and where the IT industry has its boom. Because after in your Viva, they will ask you your interest. So the industry that you are interested in, even that is service industry, even that is manufacturing industry, or anything if you are in trading. So the industry trends and industry needs, demands should be there, and you can actually uh, write your work accordingly. So explore the industry, and then explore the nature of the variables. Means what kind of variables you selected, and related to that, get the information. Either you are working on project management. So what are the points and points included in project management? What is the framework of that project management? What you can bring new in that framework? So your variables related nature and other points also should be very clear, and then explore your framework or model. Yeah, these both words are interchangeable: framework, model, and yeah, you can use any of the word in your thesis, but stay consistent. If you used framework, then stay consistent with framework. If you used model, so then stay consistent with the word of model. So consistency is very important, and should achieve the level of consistency in the thesis. Otherwise, your panel will also ask you somewhere you are using word model, somewhere you are using framework. We are getting confused in it. We don't need to make our panel confused. Okay, wonderful. If you are able to grab whatever I'm saying, so explore related theories. Whatever the related theories are there, first explore. When you explore your variables, when you explore your industry, and then you explore your variables. After exploration of your variables, you can find out what kind of theories has been used. You need to list down, and then you need to have good knowledge of that theories, how you stipple that theory with your framework. Okay, and the justification related to the theory should be very good and very precise, that this is the model of our theory, this is the model of our my framework or my study. So I'm going to integrate this theory with this model. How theory is supporting your work. So this is another thing. In another lecture we will cover it, but now we will proceed ahead, because this is only the work, how to prepare for your Viva. So now I'm focusing for Viva preparation only. Explore related literature. Whatsoever the work you people are doing, you should have good literature. five 5 years, 5 years, only 5 years, maximum 6, but try to give the references only for 5 years. Okay. Explore methodology. What is the methodology you use in the thesis? You should explore completely, because when you are presenting your work front of your panel, what they will ask you about the previous studies. They will ask you about the problem. What is the problem you are going to integrate? You are going to figure out. Okay, what is the variables? Why you bring this variable to your study? Either there are a bundle of other variables, a bundle of other studies are there. Why didn't you take other studies? Okay, framework, model, all things should be considered. So thank you. I will proceed for further slide. Okay. Anticipate questions. You should be prepared for your for the purpose to anticipate the question, means to say engage your audience. Either you are, or you are at live place, or means online place. Still, you should engage your audience with you, with your way of expression, way of explanation, how you explain the work, how you make that work in a form of story. If your thesis is in a form of story, they will love to listen, they will love to hear. So maintaining the eye contact with your panel is very good, and it will give you very positive marks and a sense of confidence. Like, you will feel confident when you maintain the eye contact. And in the start, you feel like if I have eye contact with them, maybe I got nervous, but take a deep breath and just say whatsoever religion you belongs, and whatsoever the ritualization forms you do have, you can say and call the nature, call the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you can practice that thing in just 1 minute and in a second, and then maintain the eye contact, and that would be very worthwhile and workable. So and also, yes, facts, figures should be there in the presentation. It will enhance the image of the presentation and clarity of the presentation. Once you are trying to maintain the eye contact with them, and your presentation is clear with the image. So with the graphs, it means it's showing the graph or something like this with image or narratives. So you can, when you present that slide, you find confident. You find yourself confident. Means, dear panel, this is the facts and figures this industry performed in the last this time period, and this is a report issued by that body. Let's suppose you can say UN can find a report from UNO or an other platform. Okay, and you can take the findings of that. Let's suppose you can find out, and you also you can relate your study. Let's suppose this study also one of the contribution in aligning the goals with sustainable development. So and you can also cite the reference or make a narrative that engage the audience while maintaining the eye contact with them, and bringing the facts and figures and presentations and narratives that explain to them what you are going to do, from where you started, to what is the background of this work. And okay, the facts and figures, this industry is growing and working on these things. Let's suppose this industry is growing, demand of this product is growing in the market, and we are willing to achieve the economy of scale. So how we can achieve the economy of scale, and bringing that things into your work. This is only an example. I just took this thing for an example. This is not exactly you are going to say the same thing. Start with a quote or a certain number, real time or point of the statement. You can use that kind of things. Starting with a quote, let's suppose your work, find out a best quote out of your work. Let's suppose the dependent variable you took, what kind of nature that is. Okay, and find out the code of your output variable. Related to the output variable, quote that inverted brackets, this thing that and then move forward. Now I am going to elaborate it further. Okay, then you can do that. Also use some polls or surveys to engage the audience. In fact, this is not much issue in PhD audience, but if your presentation is quite dull, boring, then they will just distracted from the situation, from the time. So just be careful for that thing to just engage them with the work, with the things. And yes, you can find out what is the main, what kind of the thing or main question that you can just throw at them and just grab their attention, and after that you can start proceeding. So either of the way you can follow. Know your thesis inside out means getting the complete understanding of your thesis, explain complex statistical analysis and results, explain how with facts, figures, numbers, diagrams. This is the best way to show them. If you do have any of the number, any of the thing, find out different ways to present your work. Learn different softwares, because there is a time you do have 3 years, 4 years, 5 years before going to your final viva, or even if you are going for pre-viva, for your proposal defense, or for graduation, for master's viva. For any of the Viva, try to learn different softwares. If you cannot get the expertise, it's okay, no problem. We need to try our maximum. Rest is just in nature's hand to bring the success to us. Our maximum effort we are placing into our work, whatsoever we can do, we need to do in our best capacity. So try to learn different softwares that can help to visualization, that can help to enhance the visualization of your work. In terms of presentation, in terms of making the graphs, if you can make your graphs, if you can make your other things or analysis from Excel, yes, you can do that. You use different softwares like PLS, Amos, and Stata, and many other softwares, SPSS, whatsoever the output, you can place that outputs in that study. But previous studies analysis also you need to bring, the industry analysis also need to bring over there. And yes, while industry analysis are there, we need to give the diagram, whatever is happening in the industry, this year analysis, this year work, this year projections, and the industry report. Let's suppose in that industry there would be a different companies. You can find out even report of 2 or 3 companies, and you also can give the facts and figures from over there. And moreover, related to any of the industry, there would be facts and figures, and you can find that figures from different sources. Later I will share that sources or share different things with you. So know your thesis inside out is also a next point is must focus following areas. What are the following areas? Original contribution yet made to this study. Okay. Whatever the original contribution has been made to this study, whatever the contributions has different studies made in it, previous publications, previous work, previous literature, you can find from that literature. Okay. Explain the research question of the study. Just focus. Let's suppose when you do have your work, you should know the research questions, the research objectives, and a hypothesis, because your research questions are the base of the study. On the problem, you develop your research question, and then on the behalf of research question, you have developed your research objectives, and then you also drafted your hypothesis. So all these things are interlinked with each other, and try to maintain this consistency. Okay, strengths and weaknesses of your thesis should be with you and should know. Okay, if you are going to say, I didn't find any weakness in my thesis and any weakness in my work, then you probably would be at fault. So don't do this. Your plans for future, because this is the point for you guys. Your plan for future is the point that you are going to work on the behalf of this work for further 5, 10, 15 years, or I don't know for how long you are going to do, because all things will be driven for these things. And if you are going to make your healthy contributions, should know the things, because when we are spending 4, 5, 6 years, we should be clear for the things that either these things would be helpful and would be fruitful for our future, and what kind of contributions these work, this thing, this piece of paper, or these efforts bring to my future. So this is one of the point that I am also willing to discuss in the, and it will be covered in my other recording, where why PhD journey you are going to take. So later on you will find out that video also. Okay, make your presentation before submission. My suggestion, it's not compulsion, it's my opinion and my suggestion, that you should try to make your presentation before submission. Just make the presentation. And when you make your PPTs, you will find a bundle of points for improvement in your thesis. When you make that improvements, you will be more confident. And after making and incorporating that corrections, then one more important thing that you can do, and if you are willing and very courageous, and you are not in hurry, don't be in hurry, don't be in rush to just going and submitting the thesis that I just completed this piece of paper and just I want to submit and just want to put this in on their desk. Because when you will get the date for Viva, when you will get the date for proposal defense or pre-Viva, these all papers are the questions that will be asked from you. Then you should be prepared. And in order to get the confidence in your session, you should know your work. And once you made the presentation and you practice your presentation, front of your mirror or front of your recorded device or something, you do have a great confidence and you do have a room to polish the document further. So now practice your presentation already discussed previously. Practice presentation skills, effective presentation skills. Yeah. Let's suppose summary of research on renewable energy policies. Okay. Or just a tip, use clear slides to illustrate the findings. Okay. And then make the visualization. That visualization I am emphasizing still start of my slide. So that visualization should be part of our work, and this is actually the example is just an example. And let's suppose if your work is XYZ or ABC whatsoever, just you have to practice your presentation. Okay, and to just while you are in the process of making the presentation and practice the presentation, you know what are the findings, whatever the key points, and yes, need to make the clear visualization of the slides, so you can be in a very good situation, in a good state. But still, if you do have anything, you can even write me an email, and yes, I can respond to you. Always feel free to write me an email. Then know the exam format or Viva room. So if you are in any of the exam room, then you should be very clear to know the exam room or know the Viva room that you would be in. For me, yes. Let me share you my experience. When I was a PhD student candidate, for my proposal defense, I always ask my colleagues where they take the proposal defense. So she just bring me to the place. This is our building, and in this building, this floor is actually equipped, and room number this. I just went to that room and saw it was locked. Whenever they are going to conduct a Viva, they open that room. So after that day, I reached to my workstation, and before attempting my proposal defense, I just go to that floor, take the lift, go to that floor, pick a glass of water or fill my water bottle from there, and also just take a look of that room. There was a window, just not window. That was actually mirror. Yeah, that was transparent mirror. With the length of this. So I always sit over there, just focus. Oh my God, this would be my Viva room, and I have to be in this room when need to attempt the Viva. So I always figure out my friends or my colleagues that I'm going to invite for my Viva, or I always ask to my supervisor, either you are going to invite our other fellows, so that I can increase my morale, increase my momentum, and increase my confidence that these people would be there. And this is my pre-defense and Viva room, and just want to reduce my anxiety, my fear. And it happened. It worked completely. So when you are in your Viva room, just take a breath and try to imagine that room before time. Please keep that in your mind. This would be my Viva room, or if that is online, then do one thing. Connect your laptop, connect your device, make the recordings and see that recordings. Okay. Thank you so much. This was from my side for our first lecture. For the rest, just stay in touch with me, follow me, stay in touch with me, and you will find other content also to prepare completely yourself for Viva defense, for your pre-defense, for your Viva defense, for your graduation, master's Viva defense. And yes, one more thing, when you are going to defend your Viva, before 20 days, start preparing and just start watching my videos. Thank you. Have a wonderful day ahead.